Welcome back. June 18th, Zone 3A container garden in an industrial area. Got some trees that still got to plant. The bok choy needs to be harvested. The eggplant are doing, I don't know, they're doing something. Anyway, I threw the rest of the onions in here. They can be cut for green onions. Just instead of just killing them, throw them in, whatever. The daikon radishes are doing something. I'm going to pull those here pretty soon because I need to get the leeks in, and this is where the leeks are going to be. Peas in the back, not flowering yet. Might be a lot of nitrogen still in the soil from when I grew the spinach. Spanish yellow onions, doing great. I put a lattice over top with the bamboo to keep the tops up. Gets very windy, like a wind tunnel in here. And last year I noticed that the onions didn't really stay up. So hopefully this will help. Got some Super Chili hybrid peppers here. Volunteer mustard in the back. Trying to keep it hidden from the flea beetles. Doesn't seem to be many flea beetles this year. They got the bok choy at the beginning, but it seems to be alright now. This is a celery bed. Used to be spinach, peas in the back, volunteer parsnip from last year, and a seed from the sunflowers from last year must have fallen in there, so that's a volunteer sunflower. I'm not growing sunflowers this year, except for that one, because their root systems are huge, and they take a lot of nutrients and water from the plants around them, not to mention shading them out. Next year I might do a whole bin of sunflowers or something like that. These are carrots. There's purple and red in here. I have them thinned and spread out way more than last year, so hopefully I'll get some better yield on the carrots. Got some peppers in here. These are lipstick sweet peppers. They're not doing great. There's some onions interspaced in there. Red shallot from Vessi Seeds. Once again, I put the lattice over top, kind of hold them up. They're doing great. The weed bed's all nice and weedy. Pontiac potatoes. I've got this lattice thing I got at the dollar store for like, I don't know, $1.50, $2, whatever. It's just cheap, but I figured it would help hold up the plants if they started to droop or if the wind got heavy. Kind of the same thing with the snow netting here. These are Warba potatoes. They're an early variety. More potatoes. You got Viking, mid-season variety. Yukon Gold. Red Pontiac. I just potted up some baby celery plants for a friend. These are the russet potatoes growing up through the snow netting. House plants. Caramel pepper in the back is flowering, and the sweet banana peppers in the front are looking small. I'm not going to be very happy if I wasted 4 bins on peppers this year and got nothing. Next year I'm going to focus on yield, but this year I'm still learning. Moneymaker tomatoes, doing great. I think I like these this year. Last year, or I think I liked them last year. Last year I had the tomatoes all mixed together. And the reason I don't have the markers out all the time is the sun fades them, so I face them in. Last year I couldn't tell what I liked and what I didn't like, and what did well and what didn't do well, because I had them all mixed together and all the tags faded on me. So these are Principe Borghese tomatoes, doing awesome. Got the tomato twine all done up. Got that off of Amazon. Sweet corn. I built a cage. I have more poles that it will go across, and that's to keep them standing up right when the wind blows very hard, and it does blow very hard. But the corn is looking amazing. Look at this. I think it's going to do well this year. I got the sweet Laurentian rutabagas here. They need to be thinned out a bit more. The netting's there to keep flea beetles out. Flea beetles love them. If they look like they're in different stages of growth, it's because I didn't think they'd germinate, so I put more seeds in and they all germinated, so that's what happened. Cabbage here, doing awesome. There's only 6 in there. Might be too many. But just in contrast, look at the ones here. They're the same age, but they're in small pots. They're just spares, they're extras. I don't have room for them. Talon storage onions, looking great. Got the lattice on top again. The Cherry Falls tomatoes only grow about 6 to 8 inches high, I'm told, and hopefully they will cascade cherry tomatoes. They're the ones hanging up. Garlic flyover. The garlic this year is doing way better than last year. Head and shoulders above last year. We might actually get garlic this year. These are the leeks that got to go in the bin up at the front. These are Scarlet Nantes carrots. I have them spaced and thinned. Hoping for a good yield of carrots this year. Roma tomatoes last year kept splitting, so I have 3 of them in trays of water to help with inconsistent watering, and we'll see how that works out for me. Once again, I got the twine to the barbed wire. We are in an industrial area. These are a mix of onions, Walla Wallas, and red onions. Indigo Rose tomatoes, looking great. 4 of them. Tomato twine. Prudent purple tomatoes, looking amazing. They're huge. They're over a foot tall now. Prudent purple. I got 4 pots of dill here, just starting to germinate. Herbs down here. Peppercini peppers. I saw these on Simple Living Alaska. They seem to like them. Figured I'd try them out. They're doing alright. They're actually doing better than any of the other peppers. Cherry Falls tomatoes, actually making tomatoes. The broccoli is broccoli. Homemade pickles. There was a grub in here and he was cutting off my seedlings, so I had to go to the store and buy more. Luckily they had the same variety I was growing, which is homemade pickles, and that's why the 2 on the end here are bigger. I found the grub though. He is no longer with us. Homemade pickles again. The water comes off the roof down that chute into the pipe there and overflows in heavy rain. That's why it looks strange, and that's why I have the straw back there to try to keep the water from uprooting. I just put some beans in there. I had a few, I had some extra soil and some extra plants and some extra bags, so I got 3 more homemade pickles on the other side of the archway, and on either end some beans. They're bush beans, they're not pole beans. I don't have pole beans. Would have been nice if they were pole beans. They're not pole beans. These are spaghetti squash. They're doing fine. I'm hoping they'll go right up over top of the archway and into the neighbor's yard. These were supposed to be Canada crookneck squash. I don't know what they are now because the germination was terrible and I put in some buttercup squash, so I don't know what germinated. I'm hoping it's Canada crookneck. Same kind of thing happened here with the sugar pie pumpkins. These are supposed to be sugar pie pumpkins, but they didn't germinate, so I put in a touch of autumn, I think they're called, pumpkins. So I don't know what's actually growing here. They're pumpkins either way. These are jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. That's a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. And that's a spaghetti squash. And those are the random extra corn. Look at the difference in size for the corn. So I just put them there, see what will happen. Keep them watered, whatever. But I'm hoping this whole area will be the pumpkin patch. And you'll walk through the archway of squash to see the pumpkin patch. With the ginormous trucks on the other side. I don't know. Hopefully it'll look cool. That's it. Zone 3A Container Garden, June 18th.